Alright, let's look at the build. So first up, again, Prismatic Titan, Consecration, Knockout. Again, Consecration, I just want to be using Consecration to kill literally everything in this GM. It's not funny. Knockout just gives me 1 more melee damage, and 2 goes about getting me health for when I actually get a melee kill. I'm using Thruster because I like more class ability, just because I've got Reaper on. So just to make a whole bunch of orbs, I can go about using Thruster pretty quickly and get a kill with a rocket sidearm and get an orb instantly made. Yeah, pretty simple. Again, I want as many consecrations as possible, so Frenzy Blade is perfect. Shackle Grenade, just in case I do need to suspend anything, really, really good. I've got Glacial Quake on solely because I've got a very, very easy way of making light Transcendence energy in the consecrations, but my dark Transcendence energy is lacking a little bit. It's kind of stuck down to either the Shackle Grenade or the Call. Okay, so this is just a good way of, if I come out of Transcendence, I don't have like, I really need to go Transcendence again really quickly. I can just pop super, get all of my energy back straight away. All right, in terms of fragments, protection, again, I just want to be safe, right? Okay, I want to be taking less damage, always good. Dawn is a must. Okay, I've got powered melee hits make me radiant. So any consecration is going to make me radiant. Because there's barrier champs in here as well, and I'm running double sidearms and a parasite, I got no way of dealing with barrier champions in a conventional way. Okay, I can just make myself radiant and then nuke them with parasite. That is the way I'm going to be dealing with it if I do need to. If my consecration doesn't one-shot them and they do actually put up their barrier, I've got Dawn ready to go. Sacrifice, Arc, Solar Void, debuff, ability Final Blows, grant Darkness, Transcendence energy. Again, I know that I'm going to be lacking on Darkness, Transcendence energy. Okay, so any possible way that I have to buff that, and again, I'm going to have an Arc buff all the time, right? I'm going to be amplified because that is exactly what Knockout does, right? Okay, it gives me amplification. Okay, so I'm always going to be making Darkness, Transcendence energy by using my light ability in Consecration, which is a good win. Balance does a very similar thing. Again, rapidly defeating targets with light damage grants melee energy. Consecration is light damage, gives me back melee energy, so I can just keep chaining more and more consecrations. Faceted purpose, picking up orb power grants. For me, it's going to be granting Frost Armor. Okay, now this was a toss-up for me between Glacial Quake and what's the strand one called? Blade Fury. Okay, because again, I wanted some sort of damage resistance. Okay, it gives me Woven Mail or Frost Armor, so it's going to, either way that you want to pick is perfectly fine. Whichever way you want it to go, I can completely understand which way you wanted to go with that. I just picked Glacial Quake because Syntheseps works with the punching side of things. Syntheseps does not work with Blade Fury, although like the exotic class item version of Syntheseps doesn't work with it. All right, now in terms of weapons, Call, Indebted Kindness, Parasite. Okay, the Call, Demo, Hatchling. I really just need to change Hatchling for something else, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Demo is good for this because, again, I want as many Shackle Grenades as possible. So that plays into it. Indebted Kindness, Impulse, Dog Shot, very, very good. Parasite's obviously self-explanatory. Now, as Arc and Strand Siphons, okay, just in case. So again, I'm going to be making, any kill that I get is going to be making orbs, right? Okay, any multi-kill. Again, a couple of heavy-handed mods, okay, because I want to be making orbs with my melees as well. Resistance mods, okay, Invigoration, because again, I want as many consecrations as possible, so I'm going to be pumping any orb that I pick up gives me my melee energy back, so I can do more consecrations. Solar Holster is solely because I hate reloading, and that way it reloads Parasite, auto-reloads Parasite for me. And Recuperation, because if I do get stuck and I see an orb close and I'm running low on health, I can just run and pick it up. Exotic class item, Assassins and Syntheseps, only because I don't have a Hoyle Syntheseps. If I had a Hoyle Syntheseps, that would never leave my side, but RNG is fickle like that sometimes. So again, I've got a Reaper mod, so anytime I use Thruster and get a kill, I've instantly got an orb. Special Finisher, because I am running double special, I'm always going to have 3 orbs. Like it's a case of very rarely am I not going to have 3 orbs. Every kill is basically making an orb for me. The powerful attraction is though that whenever I use Thruster, I'm picking up those orbs automatically, and we can just run from there. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's have a look at it in action. Alright, so start of this GM, I basically want to be, this first section, I really want to be quick on the Sparrow, but I also want to make sure that I don't hit any of the walls as well, because if I hit the walls, then I go about spawning the Vex in this room as well. So you'll see I'm quite careful. I make sure I don't hit any of the walls. I go pretty quickly through here, but you can see no Vex in this room here, no 2 Goblins and Barrier Champ. That means there's going to be no enemies in this room at all. This doesn't affect Platinum, okay, so this literally has 0 impact on it, just makes your life a little bit easier. So this first section, I just want to be making as much Darkness Transcendence energy as possible, and as well as many orbs as possible as well. So again, I want my melees, I want my super, I want as much energy as possible. I'm already full on Darkness energy here, so I can keep moving. Okay, so get out the Indebted Kindness. Again, I know there's a Barrier Champion up on this ledge here. I want to get a Consecration off to see if it's going to one-shot it. If not, I can easily swap to Parasite and kill it as well. So I look at my score, go, nah, it didn't kill it, Parasite. Okay, and then just get a couple shots off on it to get it killed. Now, I want my Shackle Grenade for this next section. There's 2 unstops in this next room, so I want to go about shackling them up pretty quick. So swap to the Call that's got Demo on it. Okay, get a couple kills. I'm going to get a finisher here just to get some special ammo, just in case I need it. Again, I stuffed up a little bit in punching them when I didn't have Synthesteps proc, but such is life. Now again, here, I know I've got 2 Gladiators that come out of the room, come out of that door first. Okay, then I've got 2 unstops after that. I've got 2 Consecrations ready, right? Okay, so I'm going to use 1 for these 2 Gladiators. Okay, unfortunately didn't kill that second one, he was still on the portal. And get rid of these dudes. And there's a few orbs laying around, so I'm probably going to get a second Consecration by the time that this first one goes off, because of that the fragment that we talked about at the start. So, stun 1, pop. That only just stunned the second one because he wasn't out of the room yet, so that's what Parasite's for, right? Okay, just the Champ Melter. And then I can keep going. Now, in this next room, I know that I need Synthesteps procs at all times, right? Which means I need enemies around me, which in a GM can be quite dangerous, okay? But I need those enemies there. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to shoot the boss, because that despawns the boss, but also spawns in all the enemies for the next wave as well. Okay, then as soon as I shoot him, I'm going to go and try and find the barrier, because the barrier has a couple different spawns which he can spawn in. I can see him just there now, but I can't quite get an angle on him, and I'm running low on health, so I'll just pop my super, just get a whole bunch of just damage off on everything around me. I know there's a fair few ads coming in here as well. The unstop just spawned as well, but that's right, I've got triple consecrations now. Yeah, I'm running low on health, so I just consecrate to get rid of these enemies. And again, this is what Parasite's for. I'm radiant, so it's all good. Okay, now I'm going to leave these enemies here, okay, because again, I want to come across and I want to have Synthesteps procced. Those enemies are not a threat to me, okay, I'm going to keep moving, okay, so they're not going to come and chase me, they're not going to shoot me in the back, okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a Consecration here, okay, so I do need to pop Transcendence, okay, to kill that barrier. There's a bit of an unoptimal use of the Transcendence, okay, but I'm still going to have enough of it left over, especially if I start getting a few kills here, that it will last a fair chunk of time. And I know when I go across, this drop pod is going to have a barrier and an unstop, so I want to throw my grenade here. Unfortunately, bounced off that dude's head. Get the kills here that I need. I knew when I picked this up, another drop pod's going to spawn in with another barrier in it. I want to suspend that barrier, get a couple of consecrations off on him. And I know a barrier just went to my left there. Unfortunately, yeah, I put his shield up. That's what my consecrations are for. Now again, I know across the other side there where I need to dunk that ball, there are 2 barrier champions. Okay, so I need to get a whole bunch of transcendent energy for those guys because I don't have any consecrations left. Okay, so in reality I'm going to pop super here just to get that darkness transcendence energy up full. So then I can go about going across the other side, pop transcendence, okay, and absolutely use those barriers. So I know I'm in this, so I'm going to go across the other side, I'm going to pop Transcendence and just get rid of these barriers here. This one on the bottom ledge is actually the dangerous one because it fires the rapid fire solar machine gun, whereas the other guy is kind of a grand overture dude that really is not really a threat. This guy up here is not a threat, the one down there is. So get rid of all the cabal on that side, go back, pick up the ball, and there might be a few enemies left over this side. Like a couple scions in the back of the map or something, but in reality they're irrelevant. They're not a danger to me. Okay, like that sniper shot is not going to kill me in here. Okay, now Looking at my energies in my ammo, okay, I'm running fine on ammo. I've got 3 consecrations, okay, so therefore I'll just use a consecration on this guy here. I'll get a special finisher off on this guy just because, again, I want to make sure I'm really topped off for this boss fight. There's probably been a mistake. I should have kept the armor charges, but such is life. Now again, looking at this, I know I'm running low on Darkness Transcendence energy. Okay, I know there's a couple of Vex in this corridor coming up, so I want to be looking at building a lot of Darkness Transcendence energy from those Vex as they come through. So that's what they've got the call for. I want to make a few orbs as well because I want a special finisher available in case I need it. Okay, and I also want to get my super back as well. So I'm probably going to use the thruster here. Okay, get a few orbs made. I get a few, like you can see how quickly my Darkness Transcendence energy is building. Okay, that was 7 call shots, right? 7 call shots, and I have 3/4 of a bar full. Okay, so I'm nearly full on Transcendence energy. Going into this next phase, I'm looking pretty damn good. I've nearly got super. Okay, I'll have super by the time that I use like 1 consecration, so it'll make a few orbs for me. I've got the hands-on mod on my helmet as well, so I've got super just in case I do need it. And the call is going to be the first thing that I run out of ammo on, okay, because I'm using it mainly to build Darkness Transcendence energy. It's going to be the first thing I'm running out of energy for, running out of ammo for. I've never actually run out of ammo for it, but it's my biggest kind of worry when I go into things like this. Okay, that's why I've got a special finisher on. Sometimes I'll even run a strand scavenger mod just in case. Just keep the enemies off the point while I cap. I want to keep a few enemies alive here because I want synthesis proc for when I do consecrations on the boss, right? Okay, now I probably just killed a few too many enemies there. But again, keep the consecrations going. Hopefully that was enough damage to actually go about spawning some enemies in. It was, so therefore I can just go back procking Syntheseps and go and chase the boss. I've got Transcendence here, so I'm going to pop it. And no reason not to. You've got cooldowns for a reason, you may as well use them. Okay, you can see how much damage that's doing to the boss. That's not bad at all. And the enemies at the back there really aren't a threat. I want to get a Parasite off here as well, just to... Again, probably going to get knocked off the map. Alright, so now it's just capping zones. And again, I'm running low on Transcendence energy. I've got 1 Consecration, which I know is going to build up a fair bit of light energy for me. Okay, I've also got a Parasite that's going to do a similar thing. Okay, I've also got a super that I know is basically going to instantly fill my Darkness Transcendence energy as well. So I want to start looking at how am I going to actually go back into Transcendence again. Okay, I'm full on Dark, swap up Deadly Kindness, get a Consecration off. Look at that, I'm nearly full. Okay, keep as many of these enemies off the point as possible. Shackle these guys up because they're just annoying. 1 point capped. I've got Transcendence in case I need it. I've also got super. Transcendence is by far more powerful than super, especially in this build. Consecration deals a stupid amount of damage. I'm just going to keep those guys there because again I want Synthesis proc, right? And I know there's going to be more enemies spawning in, but it's fine, those guys aren't a threat to me. So now there's probably just a few too enemies for my liking. Get them out of the way. Go to the next plate. Again, now looking at it again, running low on Darkness, on Transcendent energy in general. Okay, the reason I'm using a Deadly Kindness here is because I know I've got super. I'm going to pop super once this plate is capped, okay, so that I can go about making sure that I have Transcendence for that final section. Again, pop super, look at my instant Darkness Transcendence energy. So everything's full now, so I know if I just make sure to keep a few enemies alive here, okay, I will be 100% fine. So I'm just going to use a couple of Consecrations before I pop Transcendence. Remember, Transcendence also gives a damage reduction as well. Okay, so if you are in need of the damage reduction, like you are here, okay, because you're in the face of these enemies, you need to use Transcendence again. Should be hidden dead. I've got a Parasite as well, just in case I need it. And Parasite killed us.